Vinny, what's your most shameful paranormal belief? I believe that maybe aliens have made contact with the government, maybe. But I don't know if I believe it. That's the thing. I say belief, but I don't know. That was something that if you asked me 10 years ago, I would have been like, oh yeah, there was contact. But now, I don't know. I'd say that I'm leaning more towards maybe a yes on that. But, I don't fucking know. The more you research UFOs, it's very frustrating, because the more you research UFOs, the more bullshit there is, and the less I end up fucking believing. There's like it's like a bell curve, you know? The less you know, the more you believe if you just watch a couple things. And then the more you look into it, the bell curve goes up into the bullshit realm, and you're just like, oh, I give up. And then you go back down eventually if you are fucking galaxy brained about it, I guess, and then I don't know, maybe bell curve wasn't the best way to describe it, but yes, that is a shameful belief, perhaps. What about ball lightning? Well, that's real too. I also don't think every UFO is aliens. I think, you know, if there are aliens, maybe that's only like 1% of sightings. But I think that swamp gas being used as an excuse is, like, kind of absurd. Oh no, you didn't see a UFO land and, you know, have lights go round and round. You saw swamp gas. So there's a lot of weird denial stories that I kind of shake my head at, but I don't know for sure. I think it's a fun thing to think about. Listen, I only believe Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 when it comes to UFOs. I've said this before, I'll say it again. But there's some, like, big cases, like the Rendlesham Forest incident, which is kind of weird. There's, like, nuclear silos that have had UFO sightings where the nukes get shut down. There's all kinds of bizarre stories that are fun to look into. The Tether incident. There's, you know, obviously Area 51, Roswell, all that stuff. It's an interesting topic, and that's my most shameful belief, is that I really do believe that aliens have probably been here. You went to Dulce Air Force Base? You talking about the underground battle between reptilians, tall greys, and marines? I mean, now that I'm live, no, that's bullshit. That was just Half-Life. Thoughts on Skinwalker Ranch? Okay, I used this joke before, I'm gonna use it again because it's a good one. I don't know anything about Skinwalker Ranch, but I know Skywalker Ranch is pretty cool. I want to go there one day. And there's also aliens at Skywalker Ranch. Now, there's a last podcast on the left about Skinwalker Ranch, and it's interesting. I didn't, like, listen to the whole podcast, and I also didn't pay it. Sometimes it's weird when Marcus delivers his information. Like, I think he's really interesting, but when listening to a long, multi-part series about aliens or paranormal stuff or like exorcisms or whatever the fuck, when I listen to last podcasts, there will be chunks of the podcast where I just tune out, and I don't mean to. I just totally just tune out until Ben says something like weird or Henry makes a strange voice and like talks about his penis and farts and assholes, and then I tune back in, and then Marcus goes on. And I really like Marcus. I'm listening to his other podcast about music, as I've mentioned, and I'm on part 3 of his series about the Stooges and Iggy Pop, but sometimes with paranormal stuff, my brain goes stupid, and I'm just, like, I can't do this. That's why when I listen to last podcast, I'll listen to it, I'll get into it for a while, and then I'll stop for like 2 months, 3 months, and then come back to it. It's because ghosts aren't real, Vin. Wait, just one ghost? Well, I'll tell you what, my friend. Please send the proof. I want all the evidence you have that you've done that ghost isn't real. Send that to me right away so that way I can know for sure. Someone said, wait, that's not how that works. Tried to trick you. Brew. Scared you. What about plot ghosts? Those are real. Vinny, how much do you believe in Wyoming? I said this about South Dakota. I've never been to South Dakota. I've never seen it. I'm not even sure that's a real state. I think there's just one Dakota. These are a lot of my greatest hits, by the way. So, you know, I'll be here all week, and always have been. But, so yeah, I don't know if I believe in paranormal. I find it interesting, and I've had some weird experiences that I've told on stream. Minorly weird. had family members that have had weird experiences. You know, I just don't know, but I can ask the question, chat, have you ever had a ghost-gasm? Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.